Hi folks, Reverend Kim here. Hoping you guys can join me tonight for an evening meditation and relaxation, some guided imagery. I'm going to teach you a breathing exercise tonight as well that helps to bring some balance to restore the mind. Hi Wendy, nice to see you. And some other folks to come online now as well, and then we'll get started. Our guided imagery continues with the theme we've been using this week about walking with Jesus by the sea. These come to us from Max Highstein and his book, The Healing Waterfall. So this one tonight is going to be called Walking with Jesus by the Sea, and it's on forgiveness, and I think that it's going to be good for a lot of us. There's an opening piece with this, an introduction that I'll read in just a moment as soon as we have a few more folks online. Hi Eileen, nice to see you. Thanks for that awesome poem. I just read it. I didn't get a chance to send you a note back, but thanks, it was really great. Hi Anne and Marge and John, James, good to see you guys, and Ruby. So we're here, and tonight's session on forgiveness is one that I think we should all do again and again and again. And sometimes we mistake forgiveness in the idea that I often speak of it anyway as less about letting go of anger and thinking it about as saying it's okay. And forgiveness is not about saying it's okay, because it's not okay for people to hurt one another. It is not okay for people to abuse one another, to lie to each other. All of those things are not okay. And so, but what I'm talking about when we say forgiveness, it's letting go of anger, and it's letting go of holding on to malicious feelings about the people that have hurt you and the people that have wronged you. So I've talked about this a few times in church and in workshops that I've done. And in interviews that I've done around this concept of forgiveness being about letting go of the anger, hate, fear, malice, resentment, bitterness, all of those things that come to us when we have been hurt, particularly by someone. And so when we are practicing the practice of forgiveness, that practice is about letting go of all of those negative attachments that have formed within you to protect yourself, usually, quite frankly, from the person or persons that have hurt you. But those things are only hurting you. And so the initial hurt goes on to continue to hurt you when you hold on to fear and hate and anger and all of those things that are so very negative to our whole being. And so letting go of hate and anger does not mean saying, it's okay. That's not forgiveness. That's dismissing something. It's not holding anyone accountable for anything. It is not any of that. And there's a very distinct difference between forgiveness and reconciliation. Forgiveness is a practice that we do for ourselves. Forgiveness is a practice that we do to allow ourselves to feel more connected with God, who always loves us and always forgives us. It helps us to become reconciled to God, and reconciled eventually maybe to one another. But sometimes reconciliation with other human beings isn't possible, simply because other human beings need to be on board with the idea of apologizing, for example, for something, or acknowledging the fact that they hurt someone. Have you ever had someone say, well, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't intend to hurt you. As if to say, I don't care that you're hurt. Just get over yourself, because that's not what I meant. It's really difficult to come back into reconciliation with someone or back into relationship with someone who's not even willing to acknowledge that they hurt you. So forgiveness is about me being able to say to that person within my own heart, maybe not even directly to them, but be able to say, you know what, I let go of any anger that I feel towards you. I let go of any hate I have towards you. And I let you go out into the universe. Jesus didn't call us to like everyone. Jesus called us to love everyone. And sometimes that kind of love means letting go and letting them go to God. Letting God love the people that you can't like. And so, and that is the ultimate form of love, is not hating. Not hating those folks. Eventually, sometimes that can stir people's hearts to come back together for reconciliation. But forgiveness, the kind of forgiveness that I speak about in meditations and anytime I speak about, is this idea of letting go of anger and hate and fear, malice, resentment, bitterness, all of those things that get formed as a layer of protective armor when we feel hurt. And so take that from the other side too and catch yourself, because sometimes we hurt people and we didn't mean to. We didn't mean to hurt them. But as soon as you understand that you've hurt someone, it is then your responsibility to acknowledge that you've done that. And not in such a passive aggressive way that says, well, I'm sorry you're hurt. But to really say, I am sorry that I hurt you. I hope you understand I didn't mean to, but I know that I did. And how can I make this right? That's the key part. How can I make this right? How can we have a conversation again? How can we come back together? That's reconciliation. Forgiveness is the piece that happens within us long before apologies sometimes even happen. Apologies, someone else's apology is not required for you to forgive them. Reconciliation is, though. That's a really long conversation for another time. It's much better had when we can speak in person and you can ask questions and we can bounce ideas off of each other. But I'll leave you with an analogy on this as far as what it means to apologize from the other side. So I'm, let's say, driving my bike down the road, and all of a sudden somebody jumps out in front of me and I hit them with my bike or my car. What does it matter? But I hit them. Well, I wasn't aiming for them. I didn't try and hit that person with my bicycle or my car. But I hurt them. And most of us would be the kind of people that would say, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Most of us wouldn't go, you ran in my way. Are you an idiot? Like, it's your own fault that you're hurt. Now, there are people like that, right? So it's really difficult for us to be that person on the ground that's been hit by the bicycle and forgive the person that calls us an idiot when they just hit us with their bike, even if they didn't mean to. But am I going to turn around and punch that person in the face? Or am I going to just take care of myself, get myself wherever I need to be to get healed? And so you can see in that analogy, the person on the ground has a choice of what they do after being injured. And the most important thing is for us to allow ourselves to heal, to find the space that we need to heal. If the person that hits us with our bicycle or their words or whatever it is able to say, you know what, I'm really sorry that I hurt you. What can I do to make this better? That's the opportunity when reconciliation can occur. Until then, it's about healing ourselves and not putting out any more hate into the world, not putting out any more hurt into the world, because we are called to love, not called to harm and hurt. So I hope that helps to clear things up. I've had a couple of questions around forgiveness, especially after a meditation the other night. And tonight's meditation is about forgiveness. So I'm going to read you the introduction. Then I'm going to teach you alternate nostril breathing, which is a practice that we use in yoga to help to bring balance back into the energy sides of our body. Also in other longer conversations, but I'll teach you the practice tonight. And then we'll have our guided imagery. So let me read to you what Max Highstein has to say about forgiveness. I haven't read this yet, so it might be a repeat of what I just said, but let's see. Forgiveness is normally thought of as being focused outwardly towards others. Sounds like we're on the same page already. He says, I forgive you for the hurt you caused. I forgive your debt. I forgive you for backing into my car. I forgive you for forgetting my birthday, and so on. But to completely forgive another person is an inside job. and more difficult than just the outer expression. Not only will I erase your debt, I'll release my anger and resentment toward you and let love, or at least neutrality, take its place, and I won't revisit it in the future and bring it up again. Sometimes that is a tall order. Taking a step backward, or taking a step further and harder still, is self-forgiveness. I didn't talk about that one. But forgiving ourselves for the mistakes that we've made, the hurt that we've caused, and the things that we're ashamed of. True forgiveness is challenging because it requires stepping out of our ego, where we tend to feel comfortable, safe, and in control, and entering into that dicey territory where it feels like anything can happen. And my friends, that's what prevents a lot of people from being able to apologize. I had a situation very recently where somebody did a terrible thing, like a really awful thing. And when I said, like, don't do that, like that, you know, that really hurt me. They turned it around on me and said, I can't believe you're coming at me like this. I didn't do it to hurt you. I was trying to help. And it was the opportune moment when that person heard that they hurt me to hear, oh my goodness, you're right. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I hope you know that I didn't mean that. I wasn't thinking. But instead of being able to say they're sorry, they're attached to the ego that says, well, I didn't mean to do that. And that person is insecure, and they have a hard time being able to let go of any kind of control over a situation. Sometimes, and our society has taught us this, that if we've done a bad thing, it means we're bad people and we're not deserving of love. And that's really difficult. And that's so not true. We're human beings who make mistakes all the time, and we're always deserving of love. And so to make a mistake, to do a bad thing, is something that happens all of the time. And for us to acknowledge that we've done that, that's where sacred happens. That's where holy happens. That's where deep vulnerability happens, and the opportunity for us to be able to come back into relationship with people, even if we've struggled with them. So he goes on in the introduction to say, and this is where we often get stuck. We can't forgive and hold a grudge at the same time, and letting go is not easy, but worth doing. Because when we step out of our ego, we step into a state of grace, where we can experience miracles and know love. And by letting go, we have the opportunity to receive. The posture of holding hands up to the heavens to receive love from God is exactly the same as a universal posture for surrender. I surrender to a higher power, and I'm open to receive. I forgive, and I'm open to life. I forgive myself, and I free up my energy to make a new start and see what's possible and discover what God can do. Forgiveness is an inside job. It can feel risky, and it opens up a world of possibilities. Using the following guided meditation as a starting point and a catalyst is a good way to begin. So I'm finding with these guided imageries, there's not a lot of preamble before we jump right into the imagery. And we're doing this at the end of a day. I think that's awesome at the beginning of your day, but at the end of the day, sometimes we need to wind down a little bit first. So I'm going to teach you, all week I've been offering you something different. And this one is called alternate nostril breathing. We do this in the yoga, in a yoga practice as a form of pranayama, as a form of moving the breath with control. So you're going to stay sitting up for this part, and then we're going to lie down when we're done. So I'd like you to take your right hand and just place your right elbow. And I think I'm mirrored, so I'm going to try it with the other hand, so it looks like my right hand. Or maybe mirror me. I don't know. I'm going to use my right hand. It might look like my left hand on the screen, but it's right hand. So take your right hand, put your hand in your elbow, and kind of tuck it in so you feel nice and supported, and your hand is right in front of your face. You got that? So then you're going to take your thumb, and you're going to just place it just above your nose. So don't close off your nose yet, but just place it above the bridge of your nose, just in the spot right above the wrinkle in your nose. You're going to put it, there's a little spot right in there before it's hard in your nose and before it's really soft in your nose. So right in there, just gently set it there. And then you're going to leave these two fingers up, and you're going to take your ring finger and put it in the same spot on the other side. So you can see my nose isn't closed off, but I'm able to close my nose. So this is kind of the action that you're going to be doing. Oh, that's really attractive. But that's kind of the action that you're going to be doing, is kind of like treating your nose like a little valve as you go back and forth. We're going to be breathing in and out of our nose. So these two fingers can rest here in the center of your forehead. They can curl under, or they can just stay sticking up. So what I want you to do is take a deep breath in through both nostrils. A nice full breath out of both nostrils. And then you're going to take your thumb and you're going to close your right nostril. Keep your finger on your nose and then breathe in over just your left side. And then you're going to close your left nostril. Then you're going to open your right nostril, breathe out over the right. Now keep the right open and breathe in over the right. Close the right and then breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. You guys keep going. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. You can close your eyes. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. We're going to keep going about another minute or two. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out of the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Breathe in over the right. Close. Breathe out over the left. Breathe in over the left. Close. Breathe out over the right. Release your hands down to your lap. Take a big breath in both nostrils. Nice big sigh. Go ahead and lay down. Make yourself comfortable as you lay down. Make sure you're warm enough or cool enough, whatever you need. Begin to hear the sounds of the ocean waves in the background. Close your eyes, take slow, deep breaths, letting go of any tension in your body. Let yourself settle into the most relaxed position that you can find in this space. Feel yourself dropping down from your mind and into your body. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the surface that you're on. Let yourself become still more relaxed and more comfortable. Imagine that you're walking on a beach. You're barefoot, it's secluded. Walking maybe close to where the water meets the sand, where the surf thins out along the shore and then recedes again. Perhaps you'd enjoy letting that water lap up around your ankles. Or maybe you'd prefer it just a little bit out of reach. It's a warm, beautiful day. Just the right amount of cloud cover, the sun shining down. And as you walk along, you feel the packed sand beneath your feet. Let yourself feel the sand beneath your feet, allowing you to sink a little deeper with each step. Feel that light breeze as a touch of ocean mist comes across your face. You can smell the salt air, that clean scent of the sea. Feel the rhythmic sounds of the waves and the seabirds soothe and comfort you. All the sights and sounds and feelings here convey a deep sense of peace, harmony, and nature. And before long, you notice the sound of the ocean has become softer. The feeling of the air around you lighter. And within you, you also feel lighter, clearer, and more open. Soon you feel the presence of Christ and notice Jesus walking along beside you as if he'd been there all along. His company feels perfectly natural, familiar, and warm. And from the moment he joins you, you feel that love is everywhere. Coming from him and from the sea and the sky and the sand, and especially from your own heart. Love is present and very apparent, as if it were amplified within you. So there's no mistaking it. Take a few moments to experience this, to simply be with Jesus as you walk along together, where the sea meets the sand. Jesus leads you back along the shore to a quiet cove where the two of you can comfortably sit and rest. As you sit with Jesus, bring your focus into your spiritual heart, the heart at the very center of your chest. Take some time now to practice being still, focused within that space. Quietly feel God's love in your heart as you simply relax and receive. Consider now someone toward whom you're currently holding a grudge because you feel they treated you unkindly or unfairly. Imagine that the three of you, Jesus, and that person are now standing together by the sea, listening to the waves, feeling the breeze, and appreciating the beauty of creation, each in your own way. Jesus looks at that person and sees them for who they are. A soul here on earth with their own challenges, struggles, and hardships to overcome. And Jesus, knowing the depth of that person's soul as well as all of the mistakes that they have made, has nothing but love and respect for them and their journey here. Jesus looks at them with love, and he looks at you with love, as if to extend to you an invitation. Jesus is inviting you to give up your grudge here and now and just join him in offering love. Jesus places his hand on your back as if to send healing energy into your heart. As you turn to face this person, take a deep breath. Feel your heart and receive God's love as you look into their eyes. And see not the person who did you harm, but one of God's children, just trying to find their own way. Let whatever hard feelings you've been holding on to dissolve. Melt into the love that's present with you now. Take some time to breathe deeply now and let it be. Now it's just you and Jesus, standing together again alone on the shore. Consider one thing most that you hold against yourself. This may be something that happened recently or maybe a very long time ago that you've always felt bad about, you carry shame about, that you've never truly forgiven yourself for. Jesus looks into your eyes and he places his hand on your heart. The love pouring from him is so powerful now that it seems to block out everything else. Experience God's love moving within you now, touching everywhere inside. We've all done things we regret, and no matter what we've done, God forgives us immediately. To live in guilt or self-reproach is to deny God's love for us. So know this now. You are a good person. You are worthy to receive love without exception. Whatever you may have done, forgive yourself and let it go. Take a deep breath. Let it dissolve and melt into the love that's present. take some time to breathe deeply and then let it be. The evening is approaching and the sun has dropped close to the horizon, casting a warm golden hue across the ocean, its gentle waves lapping the sand. Would you like to swim with Jesus in the sea of total love and mercy, forgiveness and joy? Now would be a good time. Jesus takes your hand and you both wade into the warm water together until you can float and drift. Enjoy some time here now with nothing to do but relax and enjoy being in love. With the Master by your side, all is well. It's almost time to bring this inner journey to a close. But first, take some time to listen and look within your heart for any messages or images Jesus may have for you. Thank Jesus for being present with you. Thank yourself for giving yourself this gift of time, relaxation, and tonight especially the beginning of a journey towards forgiveness. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, allow some movement to return to your fingers and your toes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your ankles and your wrists in circles. Maybe take your head from side to side. And gradually, in your own time and in your own way, you can roll over to one side, or just come up to sitting, whatever works for you. Just take a moment, make your way back up to a seated position. Welcome back to the space. Allow your eyes to open again. If you've drifted off to sleep, good night. If you're here with us, welcome back. Thanks for being present as we close another evening meditation with one another. Tonight on forgiveness. I hope my spiel wasn't too long at the beginning. Maybe I sent you off to sleep before we even started. That's okay too. But thank you for being present with me this evening, and I wish you nothing but good sleep, good health, healing in your heart and in your mind and in your body. May you feel the comfort and care of Christ, the beloved, as you fall asleep this night. See you tomorrow morning for our last day of 10 a.m. reflections in the morning, and tomorrow evening is our last of the week for our 7:30 evening meditations. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Good night.